Hey guys, how's it going? We are in the Hartley today to do a little bit of work. It's kind of an overcast gray day. We got a bit of snow yesterday, but it's warmed up. So now we have patchy snow. You see that out there? There's little patches of white. So a perfect day to be doing some repotting here in the Hartley. I also picked up some fresh flowers Samantha and I did this morning. We ran out. Let me show them to you. I just could not resist. I mean, would you be able to resist these? Look at them. They're so beautiful. I rarely run across English looking roses at the grocery store anyway. So we picked those up, as well as a couple bunches. I think these are, what are these, wax flowers just in bud form? I thought it was a really pretty texture and a pretty color with especially the pink roses, and one bundle of eucalyptus. And I'm just gonna toss them all in here, which is an old candle holder. But I'm excited to have something just bright and fresh on the counter. But we have things to repot in here. There's a whole bunch of plants that need to be repotted right here, a bunch on the ground. So there's this one, there's a collection right here on the floor, a collection on the windowsill, and a big bunch of them right down there. These are the pots we're gonna be using, and I think I'm just gonna clear out our tray right here, and I'm just gonna set everything up here instead of moving everything around. Do you recall seeing the pots I showed you the last time we were at the garden center? They had just received a new load, and we were up in that kind of, it's like a darkish room where they do all their seminars, but I went through and showed you all that stuff, and I picked up a few of those pots. In fact, this is it right here. I recently potted up this, and this were part of my original group of hostess gifts. But I decided to keep this one because Proven Winner sent out another one of these. I gave that one away and kept this one. I potted the other one up in a real pretty white pot. And it went to my grandparents, and I thought that they would actually like that pot maybe even better. So it worked out great. Anyway, I really want to put a lot of my plants in this style of pot, and I'm waiting on another shipment to come in with more of those. I think what I'm gonna do is just clear this tray out and just do all of my work here instead of moving stuff around. And I've got a collection of pots sitting right here on the ground that we're gonna be using. Okay, first things first, let's get our flowers in some water. They've been just sitting in this bag here for a little while. First layer is done. Typically I like to put whatever is going to be kind of my base plant in first, which in this case it's the eucalyptus. They provide the bulk and kind of some structure for the arrangement. Now I will go in probably with some roses next, and then our wax flowers last. These are gorgeous. I'm cleaning up any outer petals on the roses that might look a little bit crumpled or damaged. The underside, there's a few little petals that have that aged look. We want to get rid of those. And there we have it all done. Aren't those roses just so pretty? Oh, they make me long for summertime. I just love it. And didn't that eucalyptus just provide a wonderful structure down at the base? It just provides like this little soft pillow for all these flowers to kind of lay on top of, and it helps keep them in place because I did not use any sort of frog in this vase, nothing. So those stems are just in their free form. There's Benjamin and Aaron on a walk. And then I came in with the wax flowers and just let them be kind of wild. Let them be long. They provided a whole bunch of structure too. to help, you know, hold these roses up. And I just wanted it to be a little bit bigger visually too, because our island needs something a little bit bigger than it would have been just with the roses to look like it's the right scale to be in there. So anyway, I'm just really happy with how it turned out. I think it's really pretty. I'm not sure what a bouquet would cost that's like this, that's already done. I paid $35 for the flowers, just to give you guys an idea. You know, usually I can get at least a good solid week, and I put floral food in there. If I keep it topped up, I can usually get a little bit longer than that. So I'm hoping, I mean, some of these roses were closed up a little tighter. The bigger ones, I might have to pull like 2 of them out. As I was putting them in, I thought, oh, I don't think I'm gonna have as long with these. So I'll pull those out, but the rest of them we can enjoy for a while. And I feel like that's a really good value in the winter time, you know, when we don't have fresh flowers to pick outside. All right, now that that is done, let's clear out our tray and start repotting some things. So what I'll do is just get a close-up look at everything I'm repotting, and in the end, we'll go through and talk about each individual variety. Got 7 done so far. They're looking pretty. But I have to run to the truck to get a couple of containers I picked up at the garden center this morning for the next 2 plants. Where are they? That's weird. Did Aaron take them out of the truck? Aaron tells me they're in the back seat instead of the bed of the truck, but that's perfect. I needed to stir my spaghetti sauce anyway. It needed it. Oh, of course, the other side. Here's one. There's the second one. I think, oh, I'm gonna have to carry these individually. They are so heavy. Whoa. My goodness. Heavy. Aren't those gorgeous, those urns? And I just picked up these myrtle topiaries the other day. And I'm not a huge fan of the pots that they came in. They're cute, but they don't really go with my aesthetic. So I was thinking, potting these in here. Oh, I think that would be so pretty. And my other myrtle has done so well in here. And it was about this size. I want to say maybe just about this size when I bought it. And it has filled in beautifully. So if we can get this one to fill in like that, I've got 2. So we'll pot up a pair of them. I think that would be so fun. Also, I did bring in just a couple of rocks, single rocks, because these drain holes are huge. I'm just going to not plug the hole, but just kind of block the hole a little bit with the rocks. The water will still escape, but that will keep a bunch of dirt from going right through. right, guys, I think I'm going to call it for the day. I need to go get more saucers. I swear, saucers are my weak link. I never have enough saucers around here. But the flower arrangement is gorgeous, and so are the potted plants we got done today. So first of all, our 2 myrtle topiaries. Aren't those pretty? They're so gorgeous. Now these are gonna go. These are going to the greenhouse. I just haven't done it yet. So we'll kind of clear this space out, and these can just hang out here. Now I don't have saucers underneath them. I was a little bit worried when I initially watered them in that I was gonna have water running down the wall, but I don't yet, so that's good. But that needs to happen ASAP, and it will be fun to see how those do in here. I mean, if they react anything like that other one did, I think they're gonna be gorgeous. I was a little bit worried about growing myrtles because they usually are so fussy. They usually like high humidity, a ton of water, and I figured, well, I'm in here quite a lot. And I mean, this myrtle lived in here, and it was hot in here this summer, and it lived right there in the sun, right next to the sink. But I would come in here pretty much every day and give it a little bit of a drink, and it wasn't any imposition because I was in here checking on things already. So if we just add 2 more and they're really close, I don't think we should have a problem. Hopefully not, and hopefully these grow and just fill in. And these are the plants we got done today. See, I ran out of saucers. I had to use a plastic one here. So this one is the dwarf butterfly agave that I recently picked up on a shopping trip when Aaron and I went out. It's just one that stays really small. We do not see them very commonly around here. And I noticed in the comment section after I picked this one up that some of you guys can find these really easily. But I was thrilled when I found it and thought, oh, that's gonna be perfect. One, because it doesn't get huge, and it's so cute. And then I'm gonna grab the container that my wire vine came out of. Let's see. Yeah, this one right here. It says wire vine ribbons and curls. The typical wire vines that I'm used to are, is it Muhlenbeckia? They are more viney looking. You know, they're on a little thin stem, and they're little tiny green leaves, deep green. I actually have some in the greenhouse, and they're beautiful. This one looks nothing like that, nothing. This one has very flat stems. They're segmented, and it's got just a very wild kind of growth habit here, and bigger leaves that come off of the flat stems. I mean, they're just so weird looking. I just thought it looked odd and that I should probably try to grow it. And I did a little reading on this one, and it was formerly known as some other, I can't remember the botanical names, but they call it a wire vine too. So I hate that when there's no real distinction. Plant names are hard enough when they switch them from one category to the next, and the botanical name looks the same as a botanical name from, you know, a plant that looks completely different. I just, we need to have more distinction there somehow. And then we have the Prismacolor Brantianum. This is a philodendron. I need to get a pole for this one to grow on, but I did find a little bit of a longer stake and put it on that. But I think it's a beautiful vining plant in a little aged terracotta pot. That's a really pretty look, I think. And then you'll notice I did not top dress any of the soil because I want to see how long it takes these to dry out now that they're in bigger containers. Once I, place them where they're going to be, can determine how long I can go between watering, then I will come in with something to top dress so that it kind of completes the look. This one is a Chroma Tinike, I don't know, ficus. Oh, my alarm's going off. My alarm goes off every afternoon telling me to go water your Lysianthus seedlings. Anyway, this one has beautiful color. I love the creamy variegation. I love the color of green. It's kind of a sagey, very soft color. And then new growth has pink, and the older leaves do have a pink stem up the center. My hands are just filthy. You need to water them. Wash them. Oh, for crying out loud. Then we have a Tradescantia called Feeling Flirty. This one has really pretty color. Look at that kind of lavender and green, sagey green again. This one I did give it a little bit of a bigger pot. Typically when you repot, you only want to bump up one pot size. This one I gave it more because it was pretty pot bound. I do have another one in here that I need to reroot. It's looking really sad. I reroot this one a couple times a year, but if you get in here, you can see it's looking pretty. Maybe we'll do that together here in the next couple of days. I just come in and I pop the stems off about yay long or so and just pop them back down in fresh soil, and they root and take off growing. So I have had this one for quite a long time. I just reroot it a whole bunch to keep it fresh. Probably should do it more often. And then there's a Prismacolor Green Princess Philodendron. I love this one. I think that this is just beautiful. I love the contrast of just the really glossy medium green with the terracotta pot. I think that's just a really pretty, classic, clean look. This one stays on the smaller side. Then we have a white wizard philodendron right here, which I do have one of these potted inside. I kind of wanted to, I was going to give away all my doubles, but with this one, I wanted to keep this one in here just to see growth difference, how it reacted in here versus inside. This is a Klingon Anastasia ficus. So instead of having the white variegation, like this one right here, this one has more lime chartreuse green variegation. I think it's a really interesting color variation. Okay, and then this one I'm pulling the tag out because I can't remember. Ficus elastica shiverana moonshine. That's why I can't remember. 4 names long. I am not positive if this is a Leaf Joy, like part of the Leaf Joy collection, but it did come in the same box with the other ones, and it's got really interesting variegation. It's very kind of erratic. I think every leaf looks unique. Like this one's got a lot more green on it. This one has a little bit more green. These don't have as much. So that is our accomplishment for this afternoon. I'm very happy with it. Couple other updates. Our amaryllis are so slow. Oh my gosh. Oh, no blooming amaryllis before Christmas. I mean, this one's going for it. Look at this. Whoop. About ready to open. We've got a couple others, like this one's coming up. We've got a bloom stalk starting here. There are bloom stalks on all of these. There's one here. There's one right down in here. All of these have one as well, but they're just not doing it very fast in here. I don't know, we'll just enjoy some late winter blooms. And this is the arrangement we put together a while ago. This is in a non-draining container, and I just wanted to give you periodic updates as to how all the plants are doing. We have Irish moss in here, which did bloom. It was so cute, the little white blooms. And then white cyclamen here, cyclamen there, asparagus fern, everything's doing really well. And this arrangement right here, Irish moss around the candles. This one has some little white blooms in it, but the plants are doing really well. And there's Douglas. He's just been chilling, just watching us this whole time. And one last look at our flower arrangement because it's just so pretty. I love it so much. I'm excited to get it inside. And that is gonna do it for today's project. Super happy with all the repotting in here. We're gonna keep going. I'm just trying to make a count. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 plants yet to be repotted. We need to move those Lonicera's to the greenhouse, and then just some general grooming and cleaning. I don't think we'll do a full clean in here until I get the Christmas tree out, but there's always things to do in here, always. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I sure enjoyed being out here. I just love it. Even if I can get out here for 20, 30 minutes. Today I was out here for a couple hours, but it just doesn't matter how much time I'm able to spend out here. If I can just come out here and putter a little bit, take care of plants, it's just such a fun time. Add some fresh flowers to the mix and it's perfect. And I'm getting in that mood just to freshen stuff up, clean, organize, and regroup for the starting of the next gardening season. I did order some seeds the other day. I think they'll probably arrive in the next day or two, and we'll probably go over those. Just a few new varieties we're gonna try this year. Always fun. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.